Hi everyone. So I'm definitely going out of the box because usually I deal with exclusively succulent plants. But for this client, which was just really near and dear to my heart, I stretched myself and planted these blue hydrangeas. So I just want to tell you a little bit about my client. She's caring for her dad who's 95 years old, and he really wanted blue hydrangeas. And I couldn't say no. Well, I could, but I didn't want to. So I took myself to the local nursery and brought these blue hydrangeas, and at the time they were just starting to bud.
Why are they special to you?
Great question. Yeah, out of all the flowers, these are so special because growing up, my grandmother, my mom's mom, had two big hydrangea bushes by the front of her house. And when I first moved to San Diego, I tried unsuccessfully for years to grow a hydrangea, particularly blue hydrangea. And the year that my mom passed away, the hydrangea I planted that year, that is the one that blooms, and that's the one I still have today.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so when I went to the local nursery, I brought the blue hydrangea, and also I bought hydrangea soil, or it was called azalea soil. I asked my local nursery about giving myself the best shot to grow successful hydrangeas. So I used a certain kind of soil, and also I bought blue hydrangeas, but I also bought this bluing formula. It has to do with the soil, the color of the flowers, and so for blue, I believe you want acidity in your soil. So I sprinkled this a good amount. I read the directions and I put however it said, and I think that also may have to do with this phenomenal blue color. So what I've learned, you want to pick the right spot to plant your hydrangea here in San Diego, in California, because we have so much sun, which is a great thing, but not so great when you're growing hydrangeas. You want to plant it in the shade. You want a shady spot or filtered shade. And if you look up, they have this big tree that produces a lot of shade. And also, unlike succulents, they are water-loving plant. So I tell my client she has to give it extra water. And you can see if you don't give it enough water, the flowers will immediately start to droop. So, yeah. So that's important. You want to give them what they like and love, and the best possible chance to grow and be successful. While we're here, we're going to give it some water. What else I learned when I was looking for a hydrangea plant is I did not skimp out. I went to a local nursery and I got the one, and I think it was at least a 5-gallon container. Also, what she told me was this hydrangea was grown outside, as opposed to that hydrangea over here, which was grown in a greenhouse. So sometimes when you go, you might see the hydrangea looking all pretty, and those are the ones usually you want to give for gifts and stuff. But she said if you want to plant it outside, you really want the ones that are grown outside to be sold and put up and planted outside. There's nothing wrong with this one, and I'm sure it's going to come back. I'm going to deadhead these when they're fully finished blooming. But that's just another tip. It's true.
Say what?
Huh? That he can walk around the whole backyard. Come on.
Yard number 2.
Okay, we're at my neighbor, Miss Peggy's. So I was sharing with her the information about the hydrangeas. And she also has been trying, up until now, unsuccessfully to grow a hydrangea. And the biggest piece of advice I could give her is find a shady spot. A spot that does not get a lot of direct sun. And this was her spot that she had chosen. And it's been doing wonderful. And look, here we put the bluing formula. Obviously, I need to add a little bit more.
I like the purple.
Yeah, but our goal was to get it to be blue. So I actually am going to add some more bluing to it. But it was, I think, one bloom, and now it's growing and thriving.
You look like you gave yourself some blooming formula.
I did. Well, you know. Yeah.
Nice.
And she waters it often. By often, I mean, especially when you first plant it, I want to say you want to keep it moist. Unlike succulents, almost every day in the beginning, and then go to like 3 times a week. And this is the hydrangea that is at my house. Yeah, I'm proud of this. It's going to be blooming soon.
The queen. This is a huge one. Can barely fit it in the frame. Okay.